Emma, solid performance today. How happy were you to get that done in straight sets today?
Yeah, I'm very pleased to have come through that match. It was difficult. It was quite hot out there, getting quite sunny, and obviously playing against a really experienced and seeded opponent who is playing great tennis. And I think, I think I'm very proud of how I fought and how I overcame certain situations in that match.
Okay, we'll start with Matt. Matt?
Hey, Emma. It looked as though you changed the grip slightly on your serve. What's the reasoning behind that, and how are you finding that process?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm not sure what I changed in my serve today. I think it had a mind of its own. So I will be sure to reflect and look at that and come back to you.
Okay, we'll do Simon and then Charlie. Simon?
Yeah, I mean, well played. On the serve, it was obviously, must have been disconcerting. So how did you deal with that mentally?
Yeah, I think accepting the situation. I think in the first set I was hitting a lot of good first serves. I hit a few aces, and at the same time I was hitting a double fault. So I was like quite accepting that, okay, I'm at least going for it. And I think as the balls got heavier, it was a lot more difficult. And as I think more kept coming, it was not easy to kind of refocus, but I knew that, even if I was down, I have great returns, and it was good to be able to rely on other parts of my game today that I know are quite strong as well. So, I'm just very proud that I didn't let it affect me too much and let the match run away from me.
Okay, Charlie and then Elle. Charlie?
Playing Amanda and you both have had these big breakouts as teenagers. Could you just talk about some of the challenges of having a breakthrough at such a young age?
I think there are challenges in the sense of you obviously get a lot of attention, and maybe certain decisions are judged or what you're doing is potentially criticized. But at the same time, I feel like it's given us a great platform to, be able to have opportunities, to be able to invest in our team, to be able to enjoy playing on big courts, for example. So even though there comes challenges, I think I want to look at the positive and optimistic side as well.
Okay, we'll go Elle, Stuart, James. Elle?
When you are working on a shot, especially the serve, I guess, how difficult is it to trust that fully when you go into a match?
Yeah, I would say, the serve is quite a key shot in the game, obviously starting the point. And I think the thing about it is it's very important to not let it trickle into the rest of your game. Like, I think when you're maybe not committing as much on it, then it kind of just seeps through. Maybe, the first ball after you're a bit more under the pump. But I think I've had experience like having, teething problems, I'd say, with it, and then being able to come back and fix it for the next match. So, I'm looking forward to kind of getting back out on the court tomorrow and working on it.
Stuart?
How important do you think it was to avoid a deciding set? Because, physically you haven't played any matches at all recently.
Yeah, I think it was quite a long match. I think we were on the court for like 2 hours 20, which, first match of the season, and I haven't necessarily played outdoors for a long time, since Seoul. So I think for me, playing, 2 sets was good, but equally I felt pretty fit out there, and right now I feel good as well in my body, and I think it's just a testament to the work I'm starting to do off the court, and I didn't necessarily feel like any restrictions.
Okay, we'll do James and then Jonathan. James?
Playing at 11 in the morning. Francis CFO was talking yesterday about like eating rice and chicken at 10 a.m. and then not eating anything for 5 hours, and he was vomiting up electrolytes and stuff. Can you just talk about like what your meals look like on a day like today when you're playing a long match in the middle of the day, because you basically played through lunch?
Yeah. No, I mean, it's also like a very early wake up. So I think for me, I struggled to eat when I opened my eyes first thing. So I actually was pretty light this morning. I just had some berries and a coffee before I practiced. And then after practice, I just had toast, like plain toast with honey and banana, just like pure carb loading, because I couldn't stomach some rice and salmon. But I'll be sure after this to get my salmon intake in for the day.
Okay, Jonathan?
you've obviously got a lot of Grand Slam experience now, but I'm wondering if you still feel any nerves coming into the majors, and especially here, with it being the first one of this season.
Yeah, I think first rounds, there's always nerves. I feel like every player in the draw would think that. I think it's just about overcoming it and getting through first rounds. And I love playing the slams. I love playing the big tournaments, of course, but you do feel a little bit more, like excitement and buzz at these tournaments, especially with how busy it is. And when you walk around, there's a lot going on. So it's just important to stay focused and in your zone. And I think I'm doing a good job of that, just how I go about my day and my business. That's all I can do, and I'm just going to keep doing it.
Okay, David?
It doesn't get any easier on paper. You've got Amanda Anisimova next. What do you know about her?
Yeah, I know she's a big ball striker. I mean, she hits the ball really hard. Practiced with her a couple times, and she likes to dictate. So I think it's going to be a big challenge for me. Of course, she's had some amazing results as well. She broke out really early, so I'm looking forward to going out there and testing my game and seeing where I'm at.
Okay, we'll do two more, Hermione, and then finish with Matt. Hermione?
There was obviously a time when everything was very new for you, and you still had a Grand Slam already. How familiar does all of this feel now? This is your fourth Australian Open, so yeah, you've seen this place a lot now.
Yeah, it's nice when you know where certain things are and you don't necessarily feel completely lost, I'd say, and you know your way around. I think I do feel more comfortable just with the way I'm operating. I feel like that brings me a lot of security, just knowing I have routines that I stick to, knowing that I have, good people around me as well. And we just continue with the work, really. It's my goal this year. It's not to be too high or too low. I think keeping pretty level, even after today, it's great to win a match on tour for a few months, but I think I just want to look at it, celebrate it for what it is, and just kind of move on. And that's going to be the same, when I do lose a match this year. It's not going to be, a disaster either.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Would you talk? I'm curious, how much does your fitness program and the exercises you're doing, how much do they change compared to what you were doing before? Is it kind of completely different? Are there things that you were doing before that you're still doing now? How does that work?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that it is a little bit different. I'm someone who's very flexible and quite hypermobile, and I think that's where a lot of my niggles have come from in the past, just not having necessarily the amount of strength at end ranges. So that's just something that I'm working on right now to try and limit, any niggles and injuries. And I mean, we've just started at it, so I want to see how that goes.
Okay, last one, Matt.
Produced some of your best tennis in the two tie breaks, maybe especially the second one. Is that something that you feel you can rely on in your game, that you will have that ability to peak in the most important times? Always had that, do you think?
Yeah, I think that is a part of my game. That is one of my strengths, I'd say. When it gets to those clutch moments, I relish playing in that. There's obviously a lot of nerves, but if you channel it and use it as excitement and buzz, I played two great tie breaks in the same first round Wimbledon this year. Last year I played a very good tie break. So it's good to have that confidence in big moments, but at the same time, tie breaks can go either way, and it's never a good thing to just rely on your tie break. You would ideally close it out, but when it comes to it, it doesn't always go your way, so it's good to just have that confidence.
All right, thank you very much, everyone.